Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Utah Hockey Broadcast here at Salt Lake City Sports Complex. This is Anita Tsuchiya, and I'm here with my broadcast partner, Patrick McGann. And this afternoon's match, the Skating Utes women's D1 team is hosting the University of Colorado Buffaloes. And we're going to be getting ready for the opening puck drop. The visiting Buffaloes are wearing their black road jerseys with the tan trim and numbers. The Utes are wearing their home whites with the red trim and red numbers. They'll be defending the goal on your left and skating from left to right. And the starting lineups for Colorado, the forward line is going to be Maya Neff, Sydney Brown, and Jordan Bonk. And the defenders are going to be Jess Sandstra and Emily Henderson. For the Utes, in front it'll be Gracie Capps, Hallie Hansen, and Katie Plyer. And defending will be Valerie Stevenson and Alexander Bry. And in the pipes for the Utes will be number 30, Sarah Olson.
Well, I think they like to call this rivalry the Rumble and the Rockies.
Oh, hey, I like that.
Buffaloes, I believe that's the actual term for it they use for Pac-12 football and basketball. But, hey, it's still Colorado and Utah playing hockey.
It's still the Rocky Mountains.
Still the Rocky Mountain Rumble here.
And away we go. And the Colorado controls the puck on the faceoff. They dump it into the Utah zone. End up in the corner there. Ooh, big hit in the corner there by Bai, and she goes and almost gets the puck out of the zone. Still trying to get the puck out of the zone. Still trying to get, and they finally do. And Colorado brings it back down the left wing, but unfortunately her teammate got in there a little ahead of her, and so it's going to be offsides.
Utah coming in 2-3 on the year. This is their home opener. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Their home opener, exactly.
This is November, and it's their home opener. They've played it a lot on the road on the East Coast and in Denver. But here they are home and looking for their first home win of the year.
And they actually haven't had too many games to start the early season. Shovel pass from Colorado, that's number 23, Atwood.
Right.
Goes wide.
They haven't played since October 17th
No.
in Rhode Island. So this is their first time seeing some action in a little while, so they're excited to get out and play.
And the schedule gets better in January. They start getting a lot more games in January. But they tell you, this early season was tough for them. They had some games that were canceled. And as you said, most of the games that they had were on the road. So they're finally home and ready to play. So I'm excited to see this action. All right, so Colorado again brings it into the Utah zone. Utah manages to finally clear it out. That was Brooke Burns clearing out. And ends up in the neutral zone. Colorado regroups. Sends it in deep along the boards behind the net. And Alexander Bai picks it up in the corner. It's trapped there along the boards, still trying to clear the net. Colorado comes up with it, but then it gets loose again. And Utah comes up with it. That's number 18, Olivia Howell, finally managed to clear the zone. Here comes Valerie Stevenson, across the right wing, left wing, across the blue line. And Colorado retrieves the puck behind their own net. Kate Michael fighting for it in the corner there. Colorado sends it back the other way. And Tori along the boards there. Colorado ends up with it, skates behind their own net. Still in their own zone, haven't been able to close zone. Tori gets it, tries to send it along behind the net. And then Linziger with a little scoop up there. And the puck comes loose, and it's a race. And puck ends up back in the Colorado zone. Alexis Litzinger. I'm going to struggle with that all day. Puck ends up in the neutral zone, bounces around a little bit. Utah controls. That's Ella Weber. Puck ends up just getting dumped in to the Colorado zone, and Utah goes for a line change. Tori in the corner fighting for the puck. Hansen comes along to help her out, waiting for the puck to come out. Hansen gets it, skates behind the net, and then the goalie Cooley directs it behind the net. Still in the Colorado zone. Puck in the corner. Hansen fighting for it in the corner along the boards, trying to keep it in. Oh, and there's a big pileup right there next to the blue line. And Katie Plyer managed to keep it in. She skates hard for the boards along the left side. Colorado gets it. And they're trying to clear the zone still, having a little trouble. Gracie Capps in the corner. Plyer gets again, centering pass. Oh, and Hansen just can't quite handle the centering pass. Puck comes loose. Here comes Colorado. They send it in deep along the right side, bounce it off the boards. They go for a line change. Gracie Caps picks it up, skates it, sends it off to Plyer, and she gets plastered right next to the blue goal line, but no call. And we've got Colorado coming down the left wing. They end up in the corner trying to dig it out. Puck pops out. Pimentel picks it up, sends it to Caps. Caps tries to center it, and Colorado sends it back behind the net and into the corner. And Utah finally comes up with it, trying to skate it along behind the net, trying to clear. Pimentel's trying to get loose. Caps again comes up with the puck. She sends it behind the net. And Sam McCain's trying to pick it up, but Colorado ends up with it, skates it around. And Olivia Howell along the boards, trying to get that puck clear. McCain comes in to help. McCain, Howell, puck still trapped along the boards and finally squirts loose. And Dickman in there trying to get that puck loose, still in the corner, still stuck in the Utah zone. Puck finally comes loose, and Pimentel sends it along the boards. Pimentel fighting for the puck along in the corner. Puck finally squirts out, and Utah has it. Skates across the blue line, skates across the neutral zone, then hustles in. That's Olivia Howell trying to go after it in the Colorado zone. Utah goes for a line change, and puck comes loose. And fighting for it in the neutral zone. Colorado controls. They start a breakout across the blue line on the left wing. Bounces off a couple shin guards. Puck ends up. Colorado ends up with control. And they're skating around looking for an open pass. And Colorado sends it around the back of the net to the far side. Stevenson checking hard, trying to defend against that. Colorado trying to skate it up. Nice pad save by the goalie. Today it's going to be Sarah Olson in the pipes for Utah. Puck ends up still in the Utah zone. Stevenson there to try and get it out of the corner, sends it along behind the net. Up to Hansen, who loses the handle on it, still fighting for it along the boards. Then By in there in the corner. Puck ends up in the slot. And here we go. We got a breakaway. Kate Michael takes a shot, stick save, goes wide into the net, and we're going to have a face-off. 2 Coolies left. Pretty exciting game. Pretty exciting opening.
So far, correct. That's an exciting start as Colorado out here in Utah on their second road trip. They were playing at Midland University last weekend, where they lost all 3 contests.
Midland being one of the WWCHL teams, correct?
Yes, and talented squad at that. And so Colorado looking to bounce back in the win column after a 3-game losing streak.
And for Utah, it's really hard to tell how they're going to stack up because they just haven't had that many games, and the games they've played, only Denver is the only team that was in their conference. So Amherst and Rhode Island aren't really in their conference, so it's kind of hard to see how they're going to stack up against this Colorado team. Right now, the action's pretty good. All right, Colorado's controlling the puck in Utah zone, digging out of the corner. Here comes number 15, Zaya Sachs, tries to skate it across the center. Shot goes wide. Breakout, Gracie Cap starts the breakout to Plyer, to Hansen in the Colorado zone, but puck gets knocked loose, and here comes Colorado. And then Carrick pokes it loose, and Caps tries again. She's going to come and try and get that puck, but again, turnover back to Colorado, who skates it in. And that's Pimentel digging for it. And then puck comes loose. Here goes Gracie Caps. Skates it across the blue line on the right wing. Centering pass gets picked off by the Colorado player. And number 3, Samantha McCain manages to keep it in, but then Colorado clears the zone again. Hal picks it up. Skates it into her own zone, trying to set up a play. Oh, and then turnover. It looks like Sydney Brown picks that up. Keeps it in the Utah zone. Oh, and the puck squirts loose, and Rouse has to chase it down from Colorado. Skates it out of her own zone along the left side, looking for somebody to pass to. Sends it off to 9, Maya Neffs. Maya wrist shot centering. Sorry, not a wrist shot, but a centering pass goes all the way through. And Hansen clears, Dickman clears it out, skates it all the way in, has a shot on, and Cooley decides to sit on that puck. So we're going to have a face-off to her left.
And so these are Utah's first conference games, it looks like, in the WWCHL, which, as I mentioned in every broadcast, conference games, big reason, you can qualify for the national tournament. So these are very big games for Utah.
Right, these are the points you need to qualify for the tournaments, national postseason tournaments. And I'd remarked to Patrick beginning of the game, a notable omission from the warm-ups is Grace Cruikshank.
One of the best players on this Utah team.
Oh, puck loose in front of the net. Scramble in the crease. And looks like Olsen managed to hang on to that puck. She's going to squeeze it. And it was a big scramble in front of the crease there. There's a lot of people in there. Anyway, yeah, Grace Cruikshank, one of our top scorers. I believe she won a tournament award 2 years ago when she played in the WWCHL tournament.
That was right here in Salt Lake City.
Yep.
And yeah, leading scorer on this team, 5 points.
The other person,
5 goals, good enough for.
Yeah, 5 goals.
Yes, yeah. So that's a
big offensive weapon out of our
13
lineup.
Points, yeah, 13 points for the Utes. And
the other person to look for is a new player, is Hallie Hansen. She's also racked up quite a few points. She's on the ice right now. Gracie Caps picks up that loose puck, skates across the blue line on the right side, and then she loses it to Colorado. Sandstra picks it up, sends it along the boards. It's still in the Colorado zone, fighting for the puck along the boards. Caps sends it back in behind the net. Colorado picks it up, starts breakout from their own zone, and then errant pass ends up in the neutral zone loose. Carrick's going after it hard. Oh, and then Colorado picks it up, skates across the blue line left wing. Backhand shovel by number 54, Celine Long. And Olsen grabs that puck. 10:58 left in the first period. We still have a scoreless match. Colorado's out shooting Utah right now, 3-1. And Colorado controls the puck, still in Utah zone, off the faceoff. Puck ends up around the boards, in the corner. And that's Pimentel fighting for that. Slap shot from the blue line by number 10, Sydney Brown, goes wide. Holloway picks it up and fighting for it in the corner. Colorado players, Utah players fight for it. Puck ends up squirting around the boards all the way to the other side. Howell picks it up, tries to pass it to her teammate, and then looks like the puck squirts out into the neutral zone. Oh, geez. Looks like we might have a problem with too many players on the ice. I'm not sure. There's a little bit of a mix-up right there at the door as the lines were trying to change. Oh, no, I was wrong.
Thankfully, no penalty called.
Yeah, I was wrong. It might just be offsides. All right, Bai with the puck, trying to clear the zone. Bai has it again, decides to skate it around behind the net. She sends it around the boards to Michael. Michael fighting for it along the boards. And the Colorado player fighting along the boards. That looks like might be Gonzalez. Puck stays in the Utah zone. Michael in there, Bai in there. A couple of the Colorado players. One of the Colorado players loses her stick, and Litziger goes down. No call, no penalty. Torrey carries it in. Now we have a penalty.
Yeah, delayed penalty now. Gonna be a hook.
Gonna be a hook. I bet you anything it's gonna be on Litzinger. She went down hard.
So it'll be against the Buffaloes.
It's number 20, Mia Ammon. It's gonna go sit for 2 minutes for hooking. And the faceoff is going to be in the Colorado zone to Cooley's right. Looks like Hansen's gonna be taking the drop. Utah controls.
That's a really nice faceoff.
That was a nice faceoff. And a quick pass from the point by number 6. That's Ella Weber. Plier in there, digging for it in the corner. Hansen comes up with it, skates behind the net, looking for a centering pass, I'm sure. All the way over to the other side. Caps with it, along the boards to Howell. Ooh, Howell misses the pass, but Plyer picks it up. Tries to skate it around for a wraparound. She goes for a wraparound, wise wraparound. And we've got a little bit of action post-whistle. Now we've got penalties. It's too bad because Plyer got an elbow in the face, but they didn't call that one. And instead, Howell, reciprocating with her partner, is going to go to the box and sit for 2 minutes. I didn't see the actual call.
I mean, she took down a Buffalo,
she really
and
took
she
her
just
down.
immediately skated to the
Yeah,
pile.
she didn't even wait.
She was like, yeah,
guilty.
I know exactly what I did, and I will get off the ice right now.
It was a good takedown, though. It was an excellent takedown.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like there might have been maybe a chance for another Colorado penalty, but, penalties like that after the whistle, they're avoidable, and 4-on-4 for a minute and a half here.
And then the Utes are going to have to defend shorthanded for 30 seconds. All right, so the puck squirts all the way out to the other end. We're going to have icing. So we're going to bring the puck all the way back. So I'm curious, do you happen to know we have Kate Michael and we have Valerie Stevenson. Are they related to the two men on the D2 men's team? Who's Jack Michael and Jesse Stevenson? The Stevensons are from Jackson. They're both from Jackson, so I'm suspecting
they might be related.
Siblings.
I think Michael is spelled differently from the men's and the women's team. So,
all right, fighting for the puck. It's still in the Utah zone, and it's still in the Utah zone. Bai goes in and retrieves it behind her own net. Oh, and skates around back the other way. Colorado player loses an edge. Cap sends it into the neutral zone. Icing's waved off. And Stevenson's in there to chase it down. Colorado controls in their own zone, starts to break out. Bonk in the neutral zone, skates it across the blue line, sends it in, chases after it. Looks like Colorado's going for a line chain. Bai, with a quick turnaround, skates behind her net, crosses it over to Litzinger, and the puck's getting poked at. Litzinger carries across the blue line, but she doesn't have a lot of help. They are shorthanded, 4-on-4. Dickman loses the handle on the puck. Colorado comes out. Oh, nice poke check, and then they end up with it. Dickman skates in, wrist shot. Nice blocker save by Cooley. Puck ends up in the corner. Dickman retrieves it. Tries to skate it around, pass it around.
Wow, what a move.
Stick handle around the boards, around her defender. Oh, and Hansen tries to keep it in, but it squirts out. And then, is that number 8? Looks like Pimentel sends it in deep.
And now with Krukshek being out, that makes Dickman the leading scorer on the team active right now, who's on the ice.
So okay.
You can see right there why she could score so many goals. Nice display of hands along the boards earlier there.
Yeah, nice stick handling for sure. All right, so now the Utes are down a player for 10 more seconds. Colorado carries it across the blue line on the right side. And that's Sydney Brown, who's one of their top scorers, I believe. And she's centering pass, but nobody is there. And Emily Henderson tried to keep the puck in the zone, but couldn't quite do it, so we're going to have an offsides. And now the penalties are over, so both teams back to full strength.
Dickman, one of 7 returners to this team. And honestly, when we say there's 7 returning players, the first team was basically those 7. I mean,
right.
The first rendition of the University of Utah women's program was short-staffed, but
very short-staffed.
Still a very talented team for only having basically 2 lines. I mean,
and even better, they're even better this year. All right,
absolutely.
Caps with a wrist shot on goal that gets deflected, pad save. Bai sends it back in deep. Plyer's there to carry it behind the net. She tries for a centering pass of goals. The puck's in front. Caps just misses on a chance there. Player's getting tied up. Plyer sends it back along behind the boards. Hallie tries a centering pass, goes off a skate, ends up along the boards. And Henderson picks it up from Colorado, sends it along the boards. It's tipped, so icing is waved off. Stevens is there from Utah to pick it up. And the puck ends up behind the Utah net. Bai with it to Caps. Caps to Plyer. Plyer's got a chance. She carries across the blue line and then heads off to the bench for change. Here comes Colorado from their own zone, starting the breakout through the neutral zone, coming along the right side. McCain is there to stop her. McCain's still trying to clear the puck out of the zone. Now we got a whole bunch of people in there, crammed against the boards. Puck's still stuck there. We might actually have a frozen puck for the first time in forever. Do they freeze? Do they call it frozen
They do,
puck?
yeah.
I hardly ever see it anymore,
It's
but
very
boy,
rare.
that puck is really stuck in there. All right, now Bai's got it. She passes it off to Howell, and it's off to the races. Howell's got a breakaway, and Cooley wisely comes out of her crease to intercept that pass. Dickman trying to dig it out from behind the net.
An aggressive
Howell is
play
there.
by
It's nice
goaltender
aggressive.
Cooley.
Yeah, she kind of had to. She didn't have anybody else to help her. Puck still in the Colorado zone. Gonzalez is trying to send it along behind the net to clear the zone, and then the pass out to 54 Long, and she sends it in deep along the right side, and Colorado goes for a line change. Utah picks it up in their own zone. Oh, and she tries to send it to her partner, but it goes all the way to the other end, and we're going to have icing, and she looks at the ceiling like, oops. That looks like Brooke Burns, the captain of the Utes team, looking at the ceiling going, whoops, passed that one a little too hard. All right, we got 5 minutes left in this first period. It's been a lot of action, a lot of shooting.
Very even so far, 6-4 shots in favor of Utah. And I was wrong earlier. This is not their first conference game. They're 2 games in. Denver counted as conference games.
Oh, they were. Those did count as conference games.
So Utah's undefeated in conference play, so looking to keep that going here tonight.
Oh, Colorado with a wraparound chance. The puck squirts free. And Utah finally manages to clear the zone. Howell chasing after her person, and the puck ends up behind the net where McCain picks it up, sends it along the boards to Burns, and Burns managed to clear the zone, and Howell's got a chance if she can get to the puck. She sends it in deep, and then she goes for a change. Got 4.5 minutes left. Colorado starts to break out from their own zone, carries it along the left side. Oh, and she gets tied up by 2 Utes players. And then Sandstra comes across, centering pass. Oh, and then the Colorado player goes down, can't handle the puck. That centering pass looks like we got a penalty. She went down. She's going to be interference. That's why she couldn't get to the puck, because she got interfered. So number 22, Michaela Torrey, is going to go into the box for 2 minutes for interference.
Colorado getting another chance in the power play here.
And Utah's trying to figure out who they're going to send out for the penalty kill. Looks like it's going to be Carrick and Hansen. And Hansen's going to take the face-off. It's also going to be Pimentel, and it looks like McCain. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe Caps. I can't quite see her number. Colorado retains control, passing the puck along in the diamond formation, as Patrick likes to say. Centering pass. Oh, gets poke check loose. And Utah does manage to clear the zone, so Colorado's going to have to come back out and start over. And they lose the puck in the zone. Gracie Caps almost got picked up that turnover, but instead it comes rebounding back. And now we've got Weber back there fighting for the puck behind the net. Colorado with centering pass. Gracie Caps loses her stick, managed to pick it up. Colorado still got the puck behind the net. They're trying a quick wraparound. Now they're trying to center, and she goes for a wrist shot, but it's deflected. Weber back there. And then 17, that's number 17, Bonk, tries to go for a wrist shot. Got a bit of a scrum right there behind the net. 1 minute, 3 seconds left in the Utah penalty. Gracie Capsman has to poke that loose, and then she's off to the races along with her teammate, Hansen. And she knows she's going to be offside, so she doesn't try and touch the puck.
It was a nice couple of moves there to try and keep the play going there by both those 2 players from Utah.
I've been impressed with Caps's and Hansen's stick handling as well. They've got some good feet and good stick handling. And we've got a penalty coming up. It's going to be on Colorado.
Caps just going to the bench there after she finished up that play. I mean, she was tired out there for, I'd say, more than half of the power play. And
what I really like about the Utes is they're coming out and skating hard. They're just not giving Colorado an inch, and it's really fun to watch. Exciting hockey to watch, and that's the kind of thing that, as you say, puts the puck in the net.
And unlike 2 years ago, when they would skate hard, the whole team would be tired, but now you got reinforcements.
They got reinforcements. So Celine Long for Colorado goes into the box for 2 minutes for cross-checking. 35 seconds still left on the Utes penalty.
Let's look at a 4-on-4 again.
Oh, and a nice shot right off the face-off, which gets deflected wide. Still in Colorado zone. Still in Colorado zone. Nice pickup by Bai. She tries to send it in. She gets taken down, and now the Colorado clears the puck all the way into the Utah side. So we've got 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the period. Still tied 0-0. 17 seconds left on the Utah penalty. A minute 42 left on the Colorado penalty.
Face-off going to be at center ice here.
Yep, going to be center ice. Looks like Dickman's taking it for the Utes. And for Colorado, that's going to be facing off to Maslowski. Hansen digging for the puck. Oh, sorry, not Hansen, Howell. You know, it's a little hard to see the numbers because the girls' ponytails are in the way. I had the same problem in soccer. It's the girls' ponytails that cover up the numbers.
That's something I can't say happens on the Mets side.
Well, once in a while. I don't know, 21 for San Jose had pretty long hair.
And then Kinger on the
Kinger's got pretty long hair.
He's got some nice flow.
Connie's working on his. All right, so Colorado controls in their own zone, going for the breakout. Got a minute 55 seconds left in the period. We got a minute 5 left on the Colorado penalty. So right now, Utah skating 5-on-4 with the player advantage. Finally, Colorado managed to clear the puck out of their zone, and Ella Weber's got to dig hard to go retrieve that. Skates behind her own net. Starts the breakout to Plyer. Plyer. Oh, loses the handle on it and scooped up by number 23. That was Melina Atwood.
You can see the
shot goes wide.
The Utah breakout. It was designed there to lure the Colorado
to get them to pinch.
Their pin. Yeah. Well, it was luring their forwards to try and pinch to catch them off guard, and you can see it was working there. Excuse me, choking on my words here. It was working there up until. They turned it over, but I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from the women's team strategy-wise.
It's a very aggressive strategy that works if you have good skaters. And Hansen in the net. That was pretty.
Tape-to-tape pass right there to Hansen's stick. And, I mean, just a beautiful shot.
And Cooley didn't have a chance. She had to go from right to left, and there was no way she was going to be able to cross in time.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a good heads-up play there by the Utes to find the open woman there and get that shot off. And, yeah, like you said, you give Cooley 10 times to make that save, and she's not going to make it any of those times. It's not her fault there. I mean, you just can't get across quick enough. It's just one of those plays in hockey where you're kind of relying on your D to shut down those passing lanes, and they leave a lane open, and Utah takes advantage.
Just under a minute left to play, and Utah gets on the board first, 1-0. So the assist was Katie Plyer, number 21.
Just a sweet pass by her.
That was a sweet pass. Now, Katie is one of the NCAA players who's come back to Utah to finish her studies, and so she played at Trine University, which is a D3 school, before coming back to Utah. She's got 1 year left of eligibility, so she's here with us.
I mean, there's something to be said again about the NCAA talent in the ACHA. It's here. I mean, you got a lot of schools. University of Minnesota, that's an ACHA W1 school right there. University of Michigan,
is also in W2.
Wisconsin. I mean, all these schools that are big-time hockey schools that got some real talent.
And there's, of course, Arizona State is in the WWCHL.
Absolutely. And I was just down there last weekend watching one of their games. They're a scary team.
All right. Michael to, who's number 19? Dickman, sorry. Michael to Dickman, and then they lose the puck. Ends up in the Colorado zone, so Colorado goes to retrieve it. Skates behind their own net. And the period ends with Utah leading Colorado 1-0. An exciting first period, like you said, tape-to-tape passing, hard skating, some aggressive offense, which I think I agree with you. I think it's going to work for them as long as they don't get caught shorthanded.
For sure. I mean, you could tell. I mean, you could tell firsthand that these girls are so excited to be happy playing on home ice. I mean, they came out with they came out with so much effort, so much poise and sophistication, and that goal right there, taking advantage of the Colorado D sleeping, and the Utes taking a big 1-0 lead into the locker room. And I just wanted to mention too, I didn't really have time to mention it. I mean, looking down the schedule, the rest of the way, like we could be talking about a Utah women's team here that goes on a little bit of a run. I mean, obviously, their last game they didn't win against Rhode Island, but here you get two very possible wins against Colorado. If you keep this up tonight, keep it up tomorrow, you go play Grand Canyon. That's going to be a tough couple of games, but you come back and you go to Colorado, you play them, you come back home, play Air Force. I mean,
and Air Force has been struggling, so
they've been struggling
we have a
early
good
on,
chance against Air Force.
Hey, man, I mean, don't look now, but a little bit of a run for the Utah women's team. Maybe we could see them at Nationals. I don't want to jinx anything, but this is a team that is, I think a lot of people are going to think about what they saw 2 years ago and say, okay, this could be maybe a little bit of an easier win for us. But the talent that was brought in during the pause, I mean, this team is going to be scary. Come down the stretch
and I think
and watch out.
After that long road-heavy first part of the season, they're going to benefit from a little home cooking.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, like you just said, home cooking. There you go. I mean, that's a perfect way. I love that term. I mean, you could get on your homestands. That's when you take advantage. That's when you cash in. You should be winning 75% of those games at least. And so we could be seeing a women's team here for the Utes, the Utah Women's 1 team, taking advantage of that homestand and finishing the season hard. And who knows, go to the WWCHL tournament and make some noise.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, folks, we're going to take a break, and we'll see you for the second period.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the home.
Welcome to game day fun.
Anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear.
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports. Welcome to world-class research.
Welcome to the arts.
Welcome to real-world experiences.
We can go to that bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might fade and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab it, walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab it, walk and see.
All right, fans, welcome back to the second period. We're about to go with a center puck drop. Hallie Hansen's taking it for the Utes, and Sydney Brown for Colorado. Utes control. By bringing it up the left side to Caps, and then Hansen. Caps behind the net, tries to center it, hits the side of the net, comes over into the corner. Puck ends up skipping up behind the net. Colorado controls. And number 9, Neffs, tries to clear it, but it bounces back in. Colorado collects the puck behind the net, sends it up along the right side. Does clear the zone. By picks it up. Oh, and she gets hung up and loses the puck. Brown skates in on the right side. One time,
wow,
wrist shot.
Big save there
nice
by
save
Olsen.
by Olsen, yeah. She had to decide whether she was going to stand her ground or skate to the right. She stood her ground, right choice, because she had another defender coming up quick on the other side on the far post.
Right, and in those instances, that's like where you have to trust your goaltender instincts, because if you do,
and she stood
cheat
up.
over
She
to
didn't
that-
go down early.
Right, yeah, she stood up, she made the save. That's just what I like to call stoning a player right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a beautiful save.
All right, puck still in the Colorado zone, and finally Colorado clears it out, starts their breakout. Celine Long carries it in on the left side across the blue line, looking for someone to pass, who centers it to 5, Holloway, and then she gives up the puck. And that's number 8, Pimentel, fighting for the puck right in the net. Carrick scoops it up, carries it into the corner. She's got company. And then Howell trying to get it to her teammate, but the puck clears the zone, and Colorado picks it up. Starts in their own zone. Tries to get something going. Pass gets a little bit ahead of who she intended to, I'm sure, and so Utah ends up with it in their own zone. We're going to have a delayed penalty here, and what do you think that was? Holding the stick, maybe?
Yeah. Going to be a hook.
Oh, it's going to be a hook? I thought it would be holding. So the Colorado player tried to get cute. The stick ended up in her armpit. She tried to clamp her arm down, but then when the Utah player skidded away and got yanked off her feet.
Oh, my goodness, it's against Utah. See, that's a bad call right there. I mean, and rightfully so.
Grace Carrick is a little
she's upset,
stunned.
and we saw that from up here. Myslowski was holding on to that stick. I mean, you see that a lot of the time in hockey. They want to take the stick. I mean, obviously they'll do anything you can to get a competitive edge, but that's a missed call right there.
That was odd. All right, so Olsen makes another nice pad save. Oops, and then turnover causes Bonk to come and skate across the ice. She centers it. Oh my gosh! And there's number 22 is right there, Dessert, but she didn't quite handle the pass, and so it ends up in the corner now.
She was facing the wrong way there. She received that pass on her backhand, and if you get that on your forehand, then she probably cashes it and scores right there on the empty net. But
yeah, with those curved sticks, it's hard to control the puck on the backhand.
Positioning is right. It's everything when especially taking into account your handedness.
All right, Bonk comes around, skates it into the corner. She's looking for somebody to center to. She sends it behind the net. Colorado's trying to sneak it around to the front. A nice poke check by McCain to get that out of the crease. Colorado still controls in the Utah zone.
Their bread and butter has just been kind of start at the goal line and throw the puck in from the goal line into the slot, and they've gotten a couple chances that way, but the Utah D holding strong. They got to compact that diamond a little bit and just stay strong.
And the puck ends up in the crease. Another nice save by Olsen.
And there's going to be another penalty.
There's a delayed
against
penalty.
Utah.
So Cooley goes to the bench so that Colorado can have an extra skater on the ice, and they still control the puck, so they've got an extra skater on the ice. It's 6-on-5. As soon as Utah touches it, they're going to blow the puck dead, so Colorado's nothing to lose right now. And McCain finally gets a stick on it. Boy, they're really not going to give they're not going to blow the whistle unless Utah actually hangs on to the puck. I thought as soon as McCain touched it, she thought so too with a poke check. And nice save. Big shot from Sandstra up near the blue line. And Olsen hangs on to it, and finally.
Great save through traffic. I mean, you gotta track that puck through all those bodies, and she made a huge save.
So Hansen's going to go in the box. And now with 12 seconds left on Carrick's penalty, 2 minutes just beginning on Hansen's penalty. Utah is going to have to defend 3 on 5.
You know, I love in the women's game, it just, I'm not sure why, but you just see like, when in the men's game, you see a guy go to the box, they're yelling and they're upset, but we saw, going to the box down there, Hansen was laughing with the referee down there.
Oh, that was a nice wrist shot by Emily Henderson from the right point. It bounces, so Olsen got a piece of it, but it rolled up over her shoulder and into the net.
And that right there, I mean, that's just high hockey IQ. You're going to shoot when you're a forward in that situation, when you win that face-off and you have a nice open shot glove side, you're going to want to tuck that puck in an awkward spot where the goaltender can't, like, reach her glove over her shoulder almost and make that save.
Plus, it was a rising shot, which
right.
means even if she gets a piece of it, it's still going to, that spin is
going
going
to
roll it in.
Shoulder,
yep.
right? So that's a really nice shot there from the Buffaloes of Colorado. And like you said, Olsen she got a piece of it. She was just on it, but it was in that awkward spot where she was kind of almost reaching
on that
to
blocker
touch her shoulder.
side.
I mean, if you're at home, just try touching try to make a glove save with like your palm with your shoulder. It's hard to do, especially do it quickly. So good effort from Olsen, but a really nice shot there from the Buffaloes.
And the Buffaloes get another chance, and Olsen smothers that one. Olsen's getting a workout today.
She is, and she's looking very good.
All right, so we're going to have a face-off to her right. And Pliers taking the face-off. Colorado controls. They dump it in there. You've got a couple of Colorado players standing right there in that slot. And the Utes managed to clear it, and there goes Gracie Cap. She's not going to let them get that puck on for nothing, for free. Plier keeps it in. But the Colorado Buffaloes control, and they come skating down hard on the left wing. That's the captain, Neffs, and she centers it to 24, Lambert. Puck ends up behind the net. Byes digging for it. She's trying to get it clear. She gets away from her defender. And she does actually clear the zone and ends up all the way on the other side. 58 seconds left in the Utah penalty. Utah goes for a line change. Colorado starts to break out from their own zone, cross the neutral zone to the left wing. And I can't quite tell who it is, so she carries it across to the left side. Litzinger's trying to clear it. And then Colorado's still trying to get to somebody who can shoot, and here comes Utah. It's going to be Gracie Caps, carries it herself across the blue line, loses the puck. Puck ends up bouncing off a couple of shin guards, and now Colorado comes up with a big pileup near the Utah bench. She sends it to the right wing, and again, that's at number 27, Henderson, with a shot, goes off somebody's shin guard.
It was a great block there by getting in position to get her shin pad just to block that shot and make it go wide.
All right, and Colorado comes again across the blue line, and Utah managed to clear it. Litzinger's poking at it, and number 8, Pimentel's poking at it, and now the teams are back to full strength, and Hansen picks it up, comes out of the penalty box just in time to pick up the puck and carry it across the left wing. Now it's behind the net, fighting for it in the corner. And it's quite a scrum back there. Looks like, is that number 16? No, 15 with a shot on net. Oh, I'm sorry, that was 18. That was Hal. No, that wasn't Hal.
That whole sequence starts from a nice hustle play from Utah. When Hansen got out of the box, she just got on her horse and skated all the way into that corner, retrieved the puck, and had a nice offensive sequence for the Utes.
And now the puck is in the Utah zone. And we've got too many men on the ice, so Colorado messed up their line change.
And now Utah will go to the power play here. So you take a penalty that you don't like to see. You know, we take a penalty where Utah was a little bit upset with what happened. They give up a goal, but it's not how you respond. It's how you respond.
Yes. You can't
you
control the call.
Play, right? You can't control the calls unless it's too many women on ice that you could maybe kind of control that. Colorado's not too happy about it, but either way, it's about how you respond. You got a power play now, chance to respond. I'd like to see how the skate Utes here bounce back.
Yeah, I don't have many stats on power plays and penalty on the specialty teams because again, they have played enough games. So Patrick's going to look that up.
Well,
so Hansen's going to take the face-off.
According to the ACHA website, null.
Oh, we have null. So
Yeah.
that's why I couldn't look it up.
Yeah, because they literally don't have it up there. That's
And a
disappointing.
slap shot from the circle by number 8, Pimentel. Bounces all the way out, and Colorado picks up the loose puck. She skates it in one-on-one with the goalie, and stoned by Olsen. Good job, and Olsen on that one-on-one. That was Bonk coming in on the one-on-one, and now Plyer comes down the right side, across the blue line, and she skates along the board. She gets a little bit hung up, Colorado, and she's not giving up. She's still fighting for the puck behind the net, and she sends it out to the point. That's Weber with a slap shot, goes wide. Utah still controls. 1 minute, 19 seconds left in their power play. Oh, and an errant centering pass goes all the way into the other zone. And so Utah's going to have to come back and retrieve the puck in their zone and start over. Colorado decides this is a good time for a line change. Utah carries it along left side to Plyer, to Michael.
Yeah.
And Michael gets hung up. Colorado retrieves it. Now they come back across the right side, across the neutral zone. And Long carries it across the blue line. She goes down. No penalty. And Michael picks it up. She sends it up to Litzinger. And Litzinger pokes it past her opponent, but she has nobody to pass to. Colorado comes back across the line. And again, it's number 14 by Colorado. That is Maslowski. And now we've got both players scrumming for it in the corner. Utah comes up with it. That's Bai. She comes up with it, passes up to Michael. Michael carries it across the line, but then ends up turning it over. Colorado carries it behind their own net. She tries to start something, but she passes it out to nobody. And we are going to have no icing. And Howell digs up that, Stevenson digs up the puck, carries it across the neutral zone. And the penalty is now over for Colorado, except somebody's going to go down, but no penalty.
I thought that'd be a trip for
yeah,
sure.
Stevenson went down and nothing. All right, so now Colorado dumps it into the Utah zone, and we have icing.
Man, I was hoping Utah would get.
Stevenson was going
Power
along
play.
and literally just got dumped on her butt, and nothing.
Nothing, yeah. I was hoping there would be a call there for the Utes.
Either tripping or hooking, but
yeah.
it didn't happen.
So Utah gets a face-off down in the Colorado zone. Colorado coming out with some more energy this period.
Yeah, definitely more energy.
I mean,
they're now out shooting the Utes.
I was about to say, right, you got 12-8 shot lead, and so Utah needs to respond here.
All right, Utah controls. Hansen fighting for it in the corner, and that's Caps. She sends it to Pimentel. Pimentel centers it, and Hallie reaches for it, but doesn't quite. Hansen reaches for it, doesn't quite get it. And Utah can't keep the puck in the zone, so they're going to have to start over. Pimentel to Caps, coughs up the puck, and then Amon comes and skates it across the right side and flings it towards the net, deflected by Olsen. And another chance by Colorado goes wide.
Nice use of the blocker there from Olsen.
Oh, sorry, blocker save by Olsen.
She deflected
That's why
it
it went wide. And Colorado starts the play in their own zone from behind their own net and gets picked off by Howell. Nice play by Howell, who sends it out to number 6. That's Weber, and she sends it in the center, but nobody there. Howell fighting for it along the boards. Burns fighting for it. Howell comes up with it in the corners, tries to send it behind the net. Poke check by Colorado, and then they start their play. Oh, but she turns it over. That was a nice idea by Howell, but nobody there to pick up the pass from her. And Utah brings the puck across. Burns carries it herself across the blue line on the left side. Ends up behind the net.
Huge hustle play from Zaya Sachs there.
Yeah, to get back in time. And Utah with a chance in front. And Weber sends it in, and Cooley has to squeeze it, so they're going to have a face-off.
It's a good save there from Cooley.
Yeah, a lot of traffic in front.
Just all of a sudden, right, there was some traffic in front, and then there was an open shot for the Utes, and they ripped it, but she made a really nice save, keeping this game tied up at 1.
All right. So Litzinger's going to take the face-off for Utah, and Utah sends it back in. Looks like Tori was trying to send it around the boards. Instead, it gets deflected and out of play. So we're going to have another face-off. We're going to have a do-over. So it'll be Litzinger for the Utes and Brown for the Buffaloes. And Colorado comes up with it. They clear the zone. And here comes Colorado along that left side. Bonk carries across, right side. She centers it. And Utah comes up with it. Now they come through the neutral zone on the right side. Across the blue line, skates it in, and turns it over, but not quite. Still in the Utah zone, fighting for it behind the net. Colorado comes up with it, sends it up to her player up on the right-hand side. That would be Neffs. She skates it along, but she loses the handle on it.
Almost
She
a
sends
scary
it deep.
turnover right there.
That was kind of a scary turnover.
Thankfully, it would have put the Buffaloes offside because of a move they made. But
And then 23 skates across the center, Atwood, and shoots it towards net. Nice deflection by our goalie, Olsen. Forgot her name for a second. Michael digging for it, Colorado digging for it. Colorado trying to bring the puck along behind the net, looking for a centering opportunity. She does center, but it goes all the way through. Lambert picks it up, and nice kick move by, is that Michael? No, it's by. And here comes Tori. She skates it across the blue line on the left, and then she loses the handle on it. She's kind of got 3 people hanging all over her, so that was a little hard.
What a play by her. She almost like broke through
She
that
almost
triple
broke
team.
through, yeah. Pimentel with it in the corner. She sends it into the middle. Oh, nice try by Plyer. Another try by Hansen. We got a whole bunch of people fighting for the puck, and Cooley jumps on it, and we're going to have a face-off in the Colorado zone. 2 Coolies left. Exciting play here.
Back and forth, and nice couple of saves there from Cooley.
Gals are fighting hard. This is great. It's been an exciting physical game. Lots of shooting, good passing, and plenty of physical action. So Caps is going to take it for Utah. Looks like Brown's going to take it for Colorado. Colorado controls. She sends it along behind the net. Bonk is waiting for it, and ends up, Neffs ends up with it. She centers it to Brown, but it gets a little bit past her, a little bit ahead of her. They end up in the corner. McCain and her end up in the corner. Sorry, Pimentel and Brown in the corner, still fighting for the puck. And the Colorado centers it, goes through the crease. Now Caps along the boards. Oh, and it hits the referee and bounces back out. Oh, and Colorado's unable to keep it in the zone, so they come on out and regroup. Henderson skates it in, but then she loses the handle on it. Plyer picks it up along the left wing, sends it in, and sends it right on net. Might as well. Then she heads to the bench for a change. Colorado retrieves the puck, and then they turn it over. Hansen picks it up. She skates it across. Oh, she tries to skate it across the blue line. Howell picks it up. Burns picks it up. I'm sorry, I'm getting everybody mixed up. All right. Utah recovers. Burns picks it up. Fighting for the puck. Dickman follows the puck in, but Colorado comes up with it. We're having a little bit of ping pong here in the neutral zone. And then finally, number 20, Ammon, picks it up and shoots on goal. And Olsen deflects that wide. Howe sends it along the boards. Burns picks it up on the left side and then loses it. And then Dickman picks it up, and then Colorado picks it up. The puck's just bouncing around all over the place, going from team to team. And then here comes number 4, Hitchens. She tries to skate it in. Shot goes wide. And Utah finally controls, and then they start their play from their own zone. Bai carries it up along the right side. She loses it in neutral zone. Now Colorado comes up with it. Hatcher comes up with it, skates it in across the blue line herself on the left side. Then she loses the handle on it. Burns from her own zone, tries to send it in neutral zone. Colorado picks it up. And number 5, that's Holloway, skates it across, and as soon as she gets across the blue line, she flings it in on net. Utah recovers. Sends it in deep. She might have sent it a little too deep. Oh, nope, icing's waved off. Nope, icing it is. 5 minutes left in this second period. We are tied 1-1. And you're right, Patrick. Colorado came out much more aggressively this period. They're out shooting the Utes now, 12-8. And they've had a couple of good chances, and Olsen's been,
Olsen's been the anchor so far.
she's been the anchor. She's been keeping them in this game. All right, so it looks like Utah recovers off the faceoff, skates it across the neutral zone. That's Burns. She tries to send a forwarding pass to Michael. It gets away from her, so it comes back into the Ute zone, and Bai starts the play again on the right side. Colorado intercepts, carries across the blue line on the left side. Looking for somebody to center to. That was long. And then Bonk skates it across the middle, skates it in, and then her wrist shot goes high. Puck ends up behind the net. Utah, one of the Utah players fighting for it, recovering for it. Can't quite see who that is. Gonzalez picks it up. She sends the puck in towards the net, and Olsen wisely just sits on it. So we'll have a face-off to her right. Utah's going to get some fresh legs on the ice. And it looks like who's going to take it? Hansen's going to take take the face-off for Utah, and Brown's going to take it for Colorado. Colorado ends up with it, but then Gracie Capps jumps on it. Plyer has it for a heartbeat. Puck comes loose again. And Colorado has it in Utah zone. Brown carries it behind the net. She tries for a centering pass, and she comes around, and she does it. So she skates around behind the net, skates into the circle, turns around, flips it top shelf. Colorado now takes the lead, 2-1 with 3 minutes, 58 seconds left in the second period. That was a masterful piece of skating by Brown.
Skating, and once again, just the shot placement on that goal right there. I mean, you're tucking that right above Olsen's shoulder on the blocker side where she just can't, there's nothing she can really do. She's down in the goaltender position there, and it's tucked right over her shoulder, and just the speed of that shot, it beats her, and there you go, 2-1 lead for the Buffaloes very quickly here in the second period.
The Buffaloes are looking much better in the second period than the first period, and the Utah is not looking quite as crisp as they were in the first period. It's almost like the roles are reversed this period.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you that the Buffaloes are looking very poised and sophisticated like Utah did in the first period. So just that consistency, Utah needs to bring that all 3 periods, and I'm sure that's what Braden Yo is going to tell her girls going into the locker room.
Yes, I have no doubt. All right, so Colorado brings it across the neutral zone, then loses it. Carrick goes and scoops it up, sends it up along the boards to Hansen. Hansen carries across the blue line herself. She's got a breakaway, and and denied. That was a wonderful save by Cooley. So one-on-one, Cooley stoned her.
I mean, that's also a great job.
Got a penalty coming up.
For Cooley right there. I mean, she stayed home the entire time in her crease. She didn't go one way or the other. It was a good couple of hand fakes there.
She didn't fall for any
Hansen,
of them.
Right, and that's a sign of a good goaltender right there. I mean, she stayed home the entire way through on that breakaway. But some goaltenders will give one way. That's when you're dead. That's when you give up the goal. And so real nice save there by Cooley to keep this game in favor for her team.
And we have a Utah penalty. It looks like, I didn't see the number. It's going to be hooking. I didn't quite see her number when she hopped into the box there. So the Utah is going to have to defend these 2 minutes in the last 3 minutes of the period. Looks like Dickman took that face-off. And a wrist shot from the goal line by number 19, Sanstra, doesn't make it in. Stevenson sends it into the Buffalo zone and then chases it after herself. She's got to hurry up and get back because she needs to help defend. Fighting for it through the neutral zone. Colorado carries it across the blue line. That's number 54 Long. Utah still trying to clear the puck out of the zone. Colorado keeps it in, and that's Rouse sends a shot in. Stick save by Olsen. Rouse gets it again. This time it's deflected by a defender's stick. Colorado's still working on getting their play set up. Neff centers it, goes all the way through, and then, it squirts out. So Colorado's got to start over. 1 minute, 4 seconds left in the power play for Colorado.
You can see Rodney Stett, the assistant coach there for the Utah women's team, going up and down the bench trying to fire his team up. He was yelling pretty hard, so hopefully that pumped up the skating youth.
They need it.
Get some
Okay, and
momentum.
so Colorado, that's number 27, Henderson carries across the line. She gives a pass to 17, Bonk, who throws it on net. Doesn't go in, denied by Olsen. Colorado retains control. 33 seconds left in the power play for Colorado. Oh, and a Colorado player goes down back on her back, and she goes down hard.
Dickman with a nice hit.
That was Bonk. And then Henderson tries to throw it in there, but it goes a little bit wide. Colorado's still got the puck behind the net. Now in the corner, Bonk's back up on her feet, fighting for the puck along the boards with Caps. Henderson Brown scoops it up. She whiffs on the pass, sends it to Henderson, who takes a wrist shot from the circle, and we have a nice glove save by Olsen to stop the play. 4 seconds left in the Howe penalty. Utah and Colorado both go for line changes. Looks like Hansen's going to take the face-off for Utah. And Hitchens is coming in for Colorado.
Howell getting ready to come out of the box here.
She's champing at the bit, I'm sure, no doubt. And they are now back to full strength, and she heads straight for the bench. McCain with the puck behind her own net, sends it along the boards. Cap fighting for it along the boards. She clears the zone, and then Pliers scoops up the puck, carries it across on the right side herself. She goes for a wrist shot, deflected by the defender, picks up her own rebound, sends it into the middle. And Caps just misses on a chance. And Cooley decides that's enough of that, and she jumps on the puck. We're going to have a face-off to her right.
That's, again, good aggressive but defensive play there from Cooley, the goaltender for Colorado. If you dive out like that and miss the puck, you are in a bad spot, is all I'm going to say, because that leaves the net open. So she dives out, makes the save, covers it up. It's a tough play for the goaltender to do, but you got to be confident in your game to make that one, and it looks like Cooley is. She's playing very well this second period.
And the defender kind of left Plier on her own, didn't pick her up, and so it really was Cooley having to watch the puck and the player and the other people standing in the crease next to her. All right, so we're getting ready for the face-off. I'm not sure what's going on with Colorado. The referee, the center official is yelling something at the players standing next to the bench, and now they're coming along. That was interesting.
Not sure what was being talked about.
All right, so Maslowski for Colorado and Hansen for Utah take the face-off, and Colorado comes up with the puck. Maslowski sends it up to Long, and Long goes and digs for it in the corner. McCain's right there. And a centering pass by Atwood, and a big scramble. The puck ends up behind the net. In the corner now. Maslowski fighting for the puck in the corner. And a couple of Utes players, I can't quite see their numbers, not sure who it is. Puck still in the corner, still fighting for it. Still fighting for it, finally comes loose and center to Long, who misses that puck when it comes out. Gonzalez sends it in around the boards. Maslowski's back there, she's gonna try and center it. And the period is over. So, the teams go into the locker room after one period of play with Colorado leading Utah 2-1. Pretty exciting first period.
Excuse me, second period.
Sorry,
Actually,
second
yeah.
period. I got so confused.
As Colorado, they come out and they do what Utah did in the first period. They have a really nice, well put together second period. They get some goals on the board. And now Utah's got a little bit of an uphill battle going into the third period. We'll see how they respond and how,
the momentum really changed. So Utah's got to really figure that out and come back out and switch back. All right, folks, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back for the third period. See you soon.
Welcome to the Rocky Mountains.
Welcome to open trails and new vistas.
Welcome to stunning Red Rock.
Welcome to the greatest snow on earth.
By the tree of broken glass, where the hope
Welcome to game day fun.
anything could last. So let's go and take the words that we know.
Welcome to the party!
Of thoughtful dreams. But if you listen, you can still hear
Welcome to Pac-12 Sports.
our names, calling out our names.
Welcome to world-class research.
We'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your
Welcome to the arts.
have no trip. We are tough as nails. Come on, this is our land.
Welcome to real world experiences.
We can go to the bridge that crosses over fear.
Welcome to a great education.
Love and what it does to those they hold near. So let's run till the water.
Welcome to new friends.
We can toss our worries far away from our hearts. And if you listen,
Welcome to the time of your life.
not hear them calling out our names, calling out our
Welcome to all you can imagine.
Though we might faint and fall, we'll keep on standing tall. This world is in our hands. So get up and grab your walk and see. Those gray clouds look close, but we have come and gone.
Welcome to the University of Utah.
So get up and grab your walk and see.
And we're back and ready for the third period, and off we go. It was Brown versus Hansen. Looks like Colorado's going to control the puck. Off the face-off, bounce around a little bit. Colorado finally gets it into the zone, and Utah is going to send it out. Hansen chasing after it. She's going to go and poke it into the blue, across the blue line on the left side, fighting for the puck along the middle. Colorado picks it up. Turnover. Oh! By managed to keep it in. And then it squirts out. So Caps regroups, sends it back to Plyer and Stevenson to get the play started again. And turnover in the neutral zone. Puck ends up in the Utah zone. By goes and skates behind her own net. Starts the breakout. Sends it to Stevenson, who sends it to Caps. And Colorado picks it up. So Utah really needs to pick up the pace this period. They're looking a little flat in the second period. If they can play like they played in the first period, we kind of talked about that, they would have a much better chance of tying this game up and getting ahead. And this game is still very winnable. It's only a 1-goal difference.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that's what the coaching staff preached. These girls might feel out of it, but the game very winnable. One bounce and you're back in this game.
Right, exactly. And they have the talent. They have the skills. They have the talent. They just need to start executing, as they say, the old-fashioned term. All right, and believe it or not, that was icing, even though there were so many people around the puck. I guess nobody actually touched it. So we're going to come back to the Utah zone. It's going to be 2 Olsens left. The 2 goalies are having a really fine night. I'm really impressed with the goalkeeping on both teams.
I mean, any night you give up only 1 or even 2, that's a good night. If you told both these goaltenders that, hey, you're going to give up 2 goals tonight or 1 goal tonight, they'd say, I'll take it.
And they're on pace to have 30 shots on goal by the end of the night.
Right.
So, centering pass by Colorado. Tries a one-timer by Neffs, but gets deflected. Stick save by Olsen. Colorado retains control. Another centering pass. Nice deflection by Carrick to clear it out of the zone. Break up that centering pass. Still in the Utah zone. And again, Colorado dumps it in there. And they send it to the point. And that's number 16, Gonzalez, centers the puck. And Utah still having trouble clearing out the zone. And it gets loose, but Utah is going to go for a line change. And here comes Colorado. Oh, and she sends it in to the, Neff sends it in and then goes for a line change herself. Still in the Utah zone. Colorado's still keeping it in the zone. And Maslowski sends the puck all the way in the other direction, and then Long picks it up, starts to skate it up the middle. Nice defense there by Michael, and she finally gets it out of the zone, but she sends it probably a little too far, and indeed, she does send it too far. It's going to be icing. Oh, and we're going to have a penalty as well. All right, so it's going to be slashing on Colorado. That's going to be number 19, Sandström, going into the box. I didn't see the slash.
I didn't either. I saw some action going on between one of the Utah players and one of the Colorado players, but that wasn't what it was called on.
All right, so 2 minutes for the Colorado player, Sandström, in the box, and then the puck's going to be dropped in the Colorado zone. And taking the faceoff is going to be Hansen and Maslowski. Colorado ends up with the puck, but they end up coughing it up. Pliers with it. She sends it off to Caps. Caps sends it around along behind the net, along the boards. Hansen picks it up. She tries to center it, goes off somebody's stick, and it does end up scooting dangerously close to the crease, but Gonzalez clears it away, deflects it away. Plyer with a chance. Oh, she whiffs on the wrist shot from the circle. Caps picks it up. She goes for a wrist shot. Misses on the first one, so she goes for another one. And Cooley ends up squeezing the puck. We're going to have a face-off to her right.
Prime opportunity now for the Utes to tie this game up.
Yeah, right now they're looking really good on this power play. They need to get that puck in the net. I'm sure Plyer is just like regretting that shot she had. All right, Caps ends up with it. She sends it across to Weber, who sends it around along the boards, around into the corner, rather. Plyer, Weber with another chance, and a deflection by Plyer. Good job by Plyer to post herself right there in front of the net. And the shot from Weber gets deflected by Plyer in the net, and they have tied it up just as you predicted, Patrick.
Yeah,
You're
that's
good at this.
Perfect deflection is what I was trying to say.
And
A perfect deflection and a good time to answer back on the power play. I mean, deflecting the puck to the back of the net, that's an art that forwards, it's a coveted art that you need to have as a forward if you're going to go far in this game. And I mean, when you angle that stick the right way and you get that puck top shelf, as you saw right there, that Plyer did, there you go. It's a big time goal, ties the game up, and just like that, Utah grabs some momentum.
All right, so Colorado in control. Brown skates it across into the zone. Quick shot by Neffs from the circle, deflected by Olsen into the corner. And puck pops out, dribbles out all the way across into the Colorado zone. Cooley comes out and plays it and sends it to her defender. Fighting for it through the neutral zone. It looks like Howe. Oh, correction, not Howe, that's Burns, sorry. The 18 and the 16, they look a lot alike, especially when the hair is covering it. All right, so Colorado keeps the puck in Utah zone. Trying to do a little cycling here, tries to skate it in, and then as she goes down, she goes for a wrist shot. That was Dessert, but shot goes wide. Puck ends up in the corner. Bai goes after it. Oh, you can't really check in women's hockey. However, that was a pretty close to a physical play there. Pretty close to a hip check. Fighting for the puck along the boards. Puck is still in the Utah zone. Puck finally pops out. Goes all the way down to the other end. I'm not sure if somebody touched it. Nope, they didn't. So we're going to have an icing, and we're going to bring the puck all the way back into the Utah zone. So that's one difference in women's hockey. You can't do a full body check. And so if you do, it's actually called a body check. I believe it's a 2-minute minor.
You're right, yeah. Actually,
but it's still pretty physical play.
Right, oh yeah, that doesn't stop these girls from going at it. They're still,
The trick is to, how close can you get to not crossing the line? Be physical, but not actually get called for a full body check. All right, Dickman on the faceoff, and Colorado ends up with it. Dickman still doesn't give up. Colorado's trying to bring it along the boards. Oh my goodness, so 16 sends it, Gonzalez sends it in there, and Olsen loses sight of it. There's a whole bunch of bodies in there. She finally falls on it, a bunch of pushing in the crease. One of the Colorado players ends up behind the net.
Can't see that.
Long.
Was it maybe Dickman? Dickman was not taking anything from anyone.
No.
She just pushed out that Buffalo.
She just shoved her right out of there.
Got it right out of the crease, and what a big-time save there by Olsen. I mean, talk about keeping your team in the game. That was a point-blank opportunity there for the Buffaloes, and Olsen just comes up strong.
And there were at least two of them standing there right in front of her. All right, so Utah, Torrey carries it across ice, sends it back there. Michael with a centering pass from behind the net goes all the way through. Oh, and one of the Utes players loses her footing. She's trying to keep the puck in the zone, unable to do it. Michael again trying to clear the zone. She does. Colorado scoops it up, and that's Sachs, I believe. Yes, Sachs skates it in, throws it at net. Nice save by Olsen. Puck comes squirting out, and now it ends up in the Colorado zone. They decide to regroup. 14 minutes, 35 seconds left in the game. Tie game now. So Utah's looking a lot more lively this period.
Especially after the goal,
that really perked them up.
You're right, yeah, they pick up some momentum and really,
and
it's
funny.
about keep riding the wave, continue riding that momentum and hopefully grab another one. Don't have to go to overtime.
It's funny how mentally that'll do that for you. Just, suddenly tying the game up and realizing, oh, we're still in this.
Right.
You know it, but sometimes it's the emotional part of it needs a little kick in the pants. All right, so Utah keeps it in. Hansen fighting for it. Caps fighting for it in the corner now, trying to get it to Hansen. Hansen picks it up along the boards, drops it back, but then it gets deflected, and here comes Colorado through the neutral zone. Carrick's going after it. She clears the zone wisely. Plyer and Colorado player get tied up along the boards. Carrick ends up with it. Plyer's got it. She's going to send it up to Hansen. Hansen skips it along the boards. Great move along there. Carries it in along the left wing, and she makes a wrist shot, and Cooley has to squeeze it.
What a beautiful move there from Hansen. I mean, you can't make this up. I mean, you have a split second to make that decision along the boards there, and what does she do? She makes a quick little backhand right off the sideboards there, and she plays it to herself, continues to play, gets a shot on goal. I mean, if you're Braden Yo, you can't ask anything more from Hansen.
Nice
right
little
there.
head fake too to get the defender to go the
throw
wrong
him
way.
off, right? I mean, that's just textbook hockey right there. I mean, that's just thinking outside the box, and what a play by her to get a face-off into the Colorado zone.
All right, Burns with a shot there, but a nice stick save by Cooley, and the puck squirts out of the zone, so Colorado goes and retrieves it behind their own net. Yeah, we've got some really good talent, fresh new talent on this women's team this year. All right, and Bai carries it across, sends it across the blue line behind the Colorado net. Colorado's clearing it off to number 20, I think it is. She carries it across the blue line herself. Starts to skate in towards the goal. That was Ammon. Puck ends up in the corner. Stevenson carries it behind her own net. Sends it along the boards successfully, but maybe a little bit too successfully. It's going to go all the way to the other end, and it's going to be icing, so they're going to come on back for a face-off. All right, only 13 minutes left in this game, and we're still tied up 2-2. And the teams are looking pretty evenly matched right now.
Looking very evenly matched. Utah not quite all the way back in the shot department, but
yeah, so Utah needs to shoot a little bit more. So one of the players, the key players who's not dressed tonight, who would really be helping on the offense is Grace Cruikshank. She's not dressed tonight. And they could really use her in a close game like this.
Absolutely. Her drive and her skill is something that this team misses a lot. Not saying that they don't have that right now, but
she's the extra little missing piece.
She's one of the best players in the league.
Wow, Colorado tries for a wraparound, and now there's a big scrum in front of the net, and the net gets pushed off its mooring. There's a big pile in front of the net with Olsen at the bottom of it, fortunately, sitting on the puck. She just flips it out. We're going to have a face-off.
And I don't want to hear any of the slander where the men's game's more physical than the women's game. And you see it right there. I mean, that pile up in the crease, that was nasty.
Totally physical.
There were, 5 or 6 bodies down there just laying out to protect the puck and keep their, either score the goal for their team or keep this game tied, whether if you're Utah or Colorado.
Especially in the corners and along the boards, these girls they fight hard.
They're fighting hard, just
all
as
right,
hard
scramble
as the men
in front of the net, and puck ends up in the corner. Thank goodness. Bonk in there with Colorado, and now here comes number 10 Brown. She tries to sneak it in that near post, but she's denied.
Player waiting right on the doorstep there. That pass just missed.
Just missed. Colorado regroups in the neutral zone. Torrey goes after her. And then looks like number 8, that's Pimentel, sends it out. Oop, Michael misses on that, trying to block that on that defensive play. Torrey managed to scoop the puck up. Hansen, Pimentel. For some reason, I can't figure out number 8. All right, and then number 23, Atwood, skates it in. Wrist shot, deflected by Olsen. She tried to hang on to it, trying to make a glove save.
Really
couldn't quite
smart
hang on
play.
to it.
When you can't hang on to a shot like
flip
that,
it out of the way.
if you can, just get the puck out, because there are times where if goaltenders that can't control the rebounds, as long as you get the puck away, you're safe.
And off to the side
You're
instead of in
safe for
front.
the time being,
That's
right? So that's a smart play there by Olsen to keep her team from maybe giving up a rebound goal right there.
All right, and Utah does manage to clear the puck out of zone. Here comes Gracie Cap. She's got speed. She comes down, nice slapper, and then a nice follow-up by Hansen on the rebound, and we are ahead 3-2 Utah. That was pretty.
And right as I was talking about the rebound game right there, you're not lying right there, Anita. That's a pretty cleanup, just getting the puck right off the pad there of Cooley from Colorado.
And talk about the physical game. Hansen was getting hauled down on her butt, and she still made the shot.
And that's just textbook hockey there. Hansen following her woman down the ice there and cleaning up that rebound, crashing the net. Textbook hockey right there. And Utah fights their way back to be ahead. Fights their way back in this game and fights their way back to a lead.
Flyer down the left as she dumps it in. Yeah, it was definitely like fighting back. Plyer picks it up. She skates it in. Skates a centering, beautiful centering pass. It skips around and squirts out. Colorado retrieves in their own zone, sends it to Sachs in the neutral zone. She comes down. She tries to pass it to her teammate on the right. That is 17, Bonk, who coughs it up. And here goes Howell. She's going to go in there and try and pick it up herself. Can't quite get it. She's by herself, back checking or forechecking in the Colorado zone. Stevenson picks it up in her own zone, carries it across the blue line. Ooh, and then coughs it up. Oh, this might be costly line change right there. Oh, nice defense by Bai. She got out a little late because of a line change, but she managed to poke check that puck loose. Now the puck's in the corner, fighting for it in the corner. Colorado, we got a delayed penalty coming up.
That's probably going to be a body check, actually.
I think that was, one of those checks that we were talking about you can't do.
That is a body check indeed, and that'll be a penalty against Utah. Looks like it's Dickman. And now if you're Colorado, all of a sudden, now you're down one again.
You're down one.
And you get a power play. This is a critical juncture of the game. This could be the game right here. I mean, Utah kills this power play. They get momentum with about, 8 minutes left when they get off of it if they kill it off. And they can carry that into the locker room hopefully those last 8 minutes. So this is big for Colorado right here, and they know it. Honestly, if I'm Colorado, I might even call a timeout right here. It looks like they're not going to, but this would be a time when you want to get your girls,
figure out your strategy
right
off the
girls together
face-off.
and tell them, here's what we want to do, right? This is what we need to do. And either way, Colorado, they're going to go to the power play and they win the face-off.
Colorado controls the puck. Number 17, Boggs skates it in, goes off somebody's skate and bounces all the way out. That was a key deflection right there. Atwood picks it up, starts to break out in her own zone, sends it up to Dessert. Dessert sends it back to Atwood. And now 17, that's Bonk, carries it across the line on the right side. Carried across the blue line, now she retrieves the puck. Centering pass. Oh, good poke check. That was Gracie Capps. Nice poke check to send that pass off into the Colorado zone. And Hansen chases it in there and challenges the goalie for the puck. Doesn't quite get it. That would have been pretty. Short-handed goal. All right, Brown and Neffs. Dangerous combination. Nice deflection there by Olsen. Puck stays in the Colorado zone. 1 minute, 7 seconds left on the Utah penalty. This puck ends up in the center, and nice clear by Hansen again. And she sends it all the way down. She goes for a well-deserved rest. Colorado regroups behind their own net. They start the breakout to the center. That's 54 Long. She drops it back to somebody on the right-hand side. Oh, that's 16, Gonzalez. And she coughs it up. How?
Look at the
skating
battle.
hard. How skating hard, battling for that
Both
puck.
players skating hard. Look at that battle.
Short-handed. She's not going to give up. All right, and here comes Colorado down the left side. Number 14, Meslowski. She sends it in deep, ends up behind the net. And number 8, Pimentel is there to pick it up. And Long tries a wrap round, and Olsen right there to deny it. 21 seconds left in the Utah penalty. Utes lead 3-2. We've got 8 minutes, 18 seconds left, and Colorado's looking a little more desperate. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but they're not looking as organized as I thought they might be on that power play.
Yeah, Utah doing a good job thwarting the attack, and like you were saying, Anita, it could be what just the Utah defense, or I don't know what Colorado's doing, but you said they're not looking as potent on the power plays they have.
All right, so Litzinger versus Brown on the faceoff. Colorado controls. Centering pass goes all the way through and out, dribbles out of the zone. So Dessart starts the play back. And somebody on the right, I can't tell who her number is, and we've got a delayed penalty coming up. That's going to be on the Utah, unfortunately. Just when the first Utah penalty expired, somebody else in white and red is going to go into the box. That looked like it was 19 Sanstra got hauled down, and it's going to be number 7.
Litzinger's
going to go in for tripping, 2 minutes. So again, another critical penalty kill for Utah. I'm kind of unhappy about a tripping call. That's kind of a sloppy penalty to have when the game is this close. All right, so Capps is going to take it for Utah. Brown's going to take it for Colorado. Who's going to come up with the puck? And it's going to be Colorado. Atwood sends it back along the boards, and Brown is right there, and nice stick deflection by Olsen. We're going to have a face-off because the puck ends up in the net. All right, so again, Brown versus Caps this time. And Colorado controls. And she's nice centering pass from behind the net. Where there's that strategy again where Colorado parks behind the net and then tries a centering pass forward to somebody standing in the slot. Fortunately, Hallie picks it up. No penalty on holding her stick. Hallie and Sandstrom fighting for the puck behind the net. Sandstrom comes up with it, starts the breakout from their own zone. There's 1 minute, 28 seconds left in the Utah penalty. Desart skates it across the blue line on the left wing. Skates it behind the net. Oh, no, she tries to do a little sneak wraparound, and she's denied. Neff ends up with it and decides to set up the play again. Wrist shot from Bonk goes all the way through. Desart's centering pass goes all the way through. Hallie in there hustles and bounces that puck right off the boards and into the Colorado zone. We got 56 seconds left in the power play for Colorado.
The Utah diamond or box formation, whatever you want to call it. Wow, there you go. Colorado icing the puck on their power play. That's not
That's unusual.
That's not in the strategy book, but Utah doing a really good job knowing when to contract, when to expand that box or diamond. Knowing when to do that is key, because if you contract too early, you can leave the other team an open point shot or let them walk in. But doing a good job of knowing when to step up and back up and contract to block some shots, and it's a well-oiled machine right now for the Utah penalty kill.
All right. Colorado managed to clear the zone, but then, oh, nice. So that's not really checking, even though the other gal went down. And then here comes Bai. She's going to skate in herself anyway. A little bit of mano-a-mano action between the two players. And then here comes Neffs. And she just dumps it on net. And Olsen deflects it off to the corner. Neffs in the corner now to try and dig it out. Henderson sends it in. Neffs again trying to skate it in. Kind of loses the handle on it. She's getting harassed by Plyer, who finally managed to clear the puck out of the zone. So Colorado start over. 5 seconds left. I don't think Colorado has enough time for another power play goal. Here comes 27. That's Henderson. And Utah's back to full strength. And Olsen jumped on the puck because she knows now we've got 5-on-5. So she's going to just let him have a face-off to her left. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left in this third period. And Utah leads 3-2. Well, whatever they talked about in the locker room, so far it seems to be working. They're looking a lot more lively, the Utes are.
They are. They're looking like they did in the first period, and it's showing right now.
All right, it's Hitchens versus Hansen, and the puck squirts out and ends up all the way at the other end. We're going to have icing. We're going to come back and do the same thing again.
And so Utah kills off both those penalties. Now we just got under 6 minutes to go.
Important penalty kill.
So some big momentum grab there. I mean, getting 2 kills on this good Colorado team. So it's got to carry it to the finish line. Remember, you're only up a goal. So like I was saying, when Utah was down a goal, Colorado's a bounce away from tying this up. So you got to stay on your A game here down the stretch.
All right, and again, it's Hitchens versus Hansen. Utah controls. McCain behind the net. Puck stays in the Utah zone. Hansen picks it up. She skates around in the corner. She sends it up to Caps. Caps controls it along the board. And then, unfortunately, it still stays in. And then Caps gets it loose and then bounces off of a player. McCain, there's a little bit of a scramble, and loose puck pops out. And Sachs picks it up. She goes down. Finally, the puck clears the Utah zone. Utah is back-checking hard to get this puck out of the zone. McCain goes to pick it up in the corner. Howell goes to pick it up in the corner. Howell skates behind her own net, looking for a start of breakout. Caps to Litzinger, who drops it back to Howell, but then there's a quick turnover, and Bonk skates it in. And a shot on goal, and Olsen grabs it again. Olsen's been on fire tonight. And look at the goal differential. So now Colorado's shot 27 on goal. Utah only has 18. So Colorado's really amping up the pressure here, the offensive pressure. Litzinger facing Brown in the face-off circle to Olsen's left. And Torrey picks it up. Can't quite clear the zone, though. Still fighting for it along the boards. Still fighting for it along the boards. It's still in the Utah zone. It pops out finally. Litzinger sends it along the boards to Pimentel. Pimentel sends it up to Michael. Still fighting for it along the boards. And then Brown comes up with it and gets a shot off. Nice save by Olsen. Colorado controls in the Utah zone, sends it up to high slot. She dumps it in there, and you've got Brown standing right there for the rebound, but the puck ends up skipping out to the corner, and now it goes to the opposite corner. Neff scoops it up, sends it behind the boards. Brown tries a centering pass to the front and just gets by the Colorado player. Litzinger finally clears the zone, and it rolls all the way to the other end. I think icing's going to be waved off. Colorado picks it up in their own zone. 3 minutes, 54 seconds left in the game. Utah leads by 1.
Big hit.
Big hit. A big not hit, since it's not really a hit. Yeah, what do you say? How do you say big hit? How do you say big hit in a women's game?
Big contact.
There you go. Great physical play. That just doesn't have the same ring to it. All right, Hansen's like fighting for the puck in the corner.
Yeah, I don't know what the ref
Plyer comes along to join him. Caps comes along to join him. It's a big scrum there. Puck's still stuck along the boards. Still stuck along the boards. Puck finally comes free. Colorado skates it along behind their own net. Starting for a breakout. Nice stop by, looks like Stevenson. She put her foot in there and kept them from moving along the boards. And here comes Colorado. That's number 19, it looks like. Sandstra along the right side. She coughs it up. And now here Utah has a chance coming down the right side. Caps to Hansen. Puck ends up behind the net. 2 minutes, 54 seconds left in the game. And nice centering pass. Hansen backhands it. And Cooley is right there waiting for it, and she saves it. Same thing. Really, Cooley has a cool head. Doesn't go down too early. Waits for Hansen to take the shot, who she knows is going to be off her backhand.
Right, yeah, I was going to say
Hansen,
Hansen, you know, unfortunately in that situation, she sets up on her. She has to be set up on her backhand side.
She didn't have a choice on that one.
If she sets up on her forehand side, that might go to the back of the net with, you know, the power we know she has. So unfortunate for her there, but a good chance nonetheless. You got to be thinking about pulling Cooley here pretty soon.
I was just going to ask you, what do you think? When are they going to pull Cooley?
Within the next minute, I would say.
Yeah, so here comes Utah along the boards. Stevenson fighting for it. Dickman comes up with it. She sends it across to Howell. Howell's got to hustle because the puck got ahead of her. Colorado controls in their own zone. And that's number 12. Rouse sends it along the board. She sends it up to Hatcher. Hatcher sends it across the blue line, and then she goes in for a change. Puck ends up in the corner. Howell has it. Kind of loses the handle on it a little bit. Then she sends it out to Stevenson. And Stevenson's got a chance now. She's going to go haul it, and she goes down, and no call. I'm not sure how she didn't get tripped.
It was good defense there. I mean, maybe there's a case for a trip there, but it was really good hustle there.
It was good hustle by the Colorado player.
There from Bonk.
All right, By's got it in the corner. Now Dickman. And then Neffs comes up with it from Colorado. It's still in the Utah zone. Oh, nice breaking up the pass there by, looks like Stevenson. No, I'm sorry, Dickman.
All right, here we
Colorado,
go. Cooley's got to be going now.
There she goes. She's getting ready to go. Minute and a half left. Colorado's got it in the Utah zone. Wrist shot goes wide, or it hits, or either that or hits Olsen's shoulder pad. She's waiting for a chance, but now the puck's coming back, so she's got to wait a little bit longer.
I think she should have already gone. I'm not seeing a signal from the bench.
No, I'm not either. Okay, By's got it. Now we're in the Colorado zone, so Cooley's got to stay put for a little bit. Now we've got a penalty coming up. Nobody's called it yet. It must be on Colorado because Utah's in there, and yep, we're going to have delayed penalties. So I don't think Cooley's going to be able to go anywhere because with only a minute, 3 seconds left, Colorado's going to have their penalty, and it's going to be number 22. Dessert goes into the box, and the penalty is going to be cross-checking. So that pretty much takes care of Colorado's opportunity to pull their goalie. Kind of a face-off to Cooley's right.
It's a tough penalty to take as the captain of your team especially, too. I mean, in situations like this is when your captain says don't take penalties, but when your captain takes the penalty, it's tough to see. It's a cross-check. You know, maybe preventable, maybe not, but that's a tough break for Colorado as they try and fight their way back in with less than a minute to go now.
Well, and Utah needs to not make any mistakes, right? It's still only a 1-goal game.
Right.
All right, Caps to Plyer. Plyer's looking up ahead to Hansen. Hansen, puck ends up in the zone. Hansen's fighting for it, but then Colorado comes up with it, and she skates down hard on the right. That's number 19, Sandstra. She skates it across all by herself, gets tangled up, and then ends up in the corner. Down to the last 26 seconds. Here we go. Litzinger carrying up on the right side by herself. She passes it, to Hal. Oh, I'm sorry, to Dickman. And then it bounces off her skate, still in the Colorado zone. Colorado finally clears it all the way into the other end.
And they might have actually just ended the game with that clearance.
Yeah, because now Utah is going to pick it up in their own zone. All they have to do is hang on to it for 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Litzinger sends it in gently to Michael, and there you have it. Utah pulls off the victory in a hard-fought, close game, 3-2 over Colorado.
Really good game played by the Utes. That's just a prime example of when you're down, you're not out. The girls came back out hard in the third period, played some great hockey, came back and won the game. That's a huge conference win for the Utes, who are now undefeated in WWCHL play to start the season.
And man, what a game by the 2 goalies, right? What a game by the 2 goalies. I mean, Cooley for Colorado
right.
kept them close the whole way. And Olsen was outstanding, only giving up 2 goals against 28 shots.
Right.
That's outstanding.
I mean, both goaltenders, pat yourselves on the back. What a performance by both. But Utah with the edge overall. They went in that locker room. They knew what they had to do coming in. They execute, they perform, and now they could go home tonight with the W, relax, come back tomorrow and try and get the sweep against these talented Buffaloes from Boulder.
That would be sweet. So we have one more game coming up tonight. It's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be University of Nevada, Las Vegas against the Utah Utes men's D1. That's going to be a fun game to watch. We will take our break, and that game doesn't start for a little bit. Doesn't start till 7:30, but we will see you folks very soon.